Hi everybody, how's it going? I'm going through a lot. I can't even talk. This twin flame relationship is, I'm telling you, it's not just any old twin flame relationship. And I've known this for a while, but I didn't want to sound like, I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm different, or I'm like special, or this like, you know, like I didn't want to, it makes you feel like, okay, you think you're the only one, you think you're the special one, like you think that everything's about you and the world is revolving around you. And you know how people can think like that, and I don't agree with that type of personality. Like, even if like all the signs are telling me that, I'm gonna be like super cautious about it, even though like I believe in God now, I believe in all of this stuff that's happening, my spiritual awakening, all this stuff. Like, I've come to terms with all of these things, but there's been an intensity of this that's unlike anything that I've seen, like that's online, or that other like coaches or spiritual teachers, or like these mediums or these tarot card readers. Like, some of them have just like bits and pieces of our relationship that I feel like, because what you can do is you listen to these readings on your relationship or whatever, and actually these are not personal readings. That's why all this is so shocking to me, that it's okay. There's these things called collective tarot card readings on YouTube, and it's speaking to like all the divine feminines or masculines, which are they're called divine counterparts, and they are part of the twin flame journey, or they are, I guess, some kind of divinity, like some kind of like chosen one, or earth angel, very close to God. So they have their like soulmates, or their twin flames, or the people that they're dating, and they can like get a psychic reading of these people that are coming to their YouTube channel. And this is literally like a general YouTube channel where all you do is subscribe to the channel or like the video or whatever, and they can it's with God. It's God intervening. So this sounds so freaking weird, but I'm telling you, this is so true. I never believed in any of this stuff. I didn't believe in ghosts. I didn't believe in aliens. I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in Jesus. I thought people were like crazy when they would talk about God or religion or church and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, like, why are you doing that? Why are you giving so much of your money away to the church? And like, why are you spending all your life like talking about God and all this stuff? And like I went to college and I learned about, you know, psychology and anthropology and like human biology and all of this stuff, and like, it's like, okay, you don't really need to focus your whole life on religion and God and stuff. Just like live your life, like have fun with your life. Don't like spend it like praying and like all this stuff. Like, just like, I thought it was like nonsense. I thought it was for people that are like weak-minded, that need like some guidance because they're not strong enough to do stuff on their own, and they need like help all the time, and they're like weak, and they're like they need, you know, they need support because they're going through hard times, like, you know, drug addiction or just like some kind of codependency or troubles, or like maybe they're just families just taught them that. And I just thought it was so like outdated, and just like, I just believed in science, and that's kind of how college preps you. They prep you to like believe that there's like no God, and like, of course a lot of people believe in God that go to college, but it's kind of like you have to choose one or the other in a way. It's kind of like that's what your mind tells you, because you're like, okay, how can there be like dinosaur fossils and like these scientific proven things like that contradict the Bible? Like, how could there be like miracles like the ocean, like the Red Sea splitting, and like all this like magical stuff that's like what science shows us, and like, you know, that's like not even possible to like do that. And it's just like this fantasy like book that like talks about stuff that's like really psychology and like how to interact with each other. And like, I felt like, okay, it's just the government and like the, you know, ancient government like trying to control the people so they weren't like chaotic and like, you know, running around sleeping with everybody, that they needed to be married and have like little families so the children could be protected and nurtured correctly, and like, and that there's not like people running around killing each other and like doing bad things, and so we can all have like a calm society that we all get along and all that. So that's like what I thought. But literally this stuff is true. Like, it happened to me. It's not a joke. But then even when I'm looking into this twin flame stuff and soulmates and all that, like, of course people believe in soulmates. They believe like, okay, this person I totally connect with, and they're like, I'm so in love. And it's like, okay, you consider like, okay, my soul attracted their soul, or we're connected because we're just like so similar. So you can kind of like believe in that. But then the twin flame goes even way further beyond, which I didn't even believe it at first when I read about what it was. And I was like, okay, it's a soul split into two bodies. And so that to me was like, okay, that I don't believe. I can't even I can stretch my imagination to believe in a soulmate like most of society, but the twin flame thing where there's one soul split into two bodies is like crazy. But it's freaking real because it happened to me. And it's hard to, it's just hard to prove it to other people when a spiritual journey, this twin flame relationship thing makes you go into a spiritual journey, because you have to heal your old wounds. You have to heal all your problems in order to have a union, to have a permanent union where you guys are like together and like in a relationship, that like a lasting relationship. And that's what your soul craves. Your soul wants that, even though no matter what, it tries to break down societal issues. So a twin flame relationship has a lot of societal issues, and that's the whole point of it, is because God doesn't want there to be these societal problems. They're not existing in his world. They were made up according to religion or whatever, using God's name, or using some kind of like institution like religion, government, or what is it? Religion, government, or church, which is religion, or school. So in these institutions, we're programming our children and our society and media as well. We're programming people to believe a certain way. There's also influences like music and music and movies that are significant as well. But those are good influences. Like, a lot of them are good influences, but some of them have bad, so you need to be careful and you really got to think about what you're putting into your mind. So I'm kind of like, so I found out that I'm like a spiritual hybrid. So God made me, I'm like an Avenger angel, okay? So I'm an angel, but I'm like a tough Avenger angel. So I'm just like been told, and I know, like, I'm a badass angel, okay? Like, I'm a badass. Like, I have a mission and a purpose on this planet, and it's like huge. And my twin flame, my divine counterpart, it's called divine masculine, is a male. It doesn't always have to be like that, like gender role, like a divine feminine has to be a female and a divine masculine has to be a male. Okay, so this is not something I'm making up or like read in a book. If you read tarot, if you go onto the tarot card readings on YouTube, they are like experts and they're like psychics, and they know about all of this stuff, all this spirituality stuff. I didn't know any of it. I didn't even know what a tarot card reading was or a twin flame until I went on this journey for the past 3 years. And then this year, right now, it's April 8th, 2022. I met my twin flame May 1st of 2019. And we have not, we met, and it was an amazing connection, like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. Beautiful, amazing, but that's the problem. It was like so perfect and so like amazing that it scared him away. It scared me away. It scared us away from each other. And that's what the twin flame thing does. You know, have you ever met somebody where they were so amazing and so perfect and you just felt like insecure about yourself? You're like, oh my God, like, you know, like you want to meet them where they are. So like, it breaks down societal norms as well. So like, we have a huge age gap that's not like acceptable in our society to have that big of an age gap. And then we both have children, and like, he's very close to his family, like lives with them. So his mom, his sister, like has a very important like role in how he conducts his world. Like, we all have these like societal pressures or family pressures, or like, you know, oh, if you get married, you have to stay married. If you have kids, you have to stay with your husband or wife. You have to, you know, you can't date somebody that's like a different religion, a different culture, a different race, a different background, a different something that's not acceptable to your family, because they're like, oh, you have to fit this little mold that we created for you. And even if you don't like it, like if you fall in love with somebody that's outside of this little bubble that we think that you should have, then we're not going to allow it and we're not going to accept them. So I have 3 kids, and they are ages 24 to 14. So I live with them. So if they don't want that person in my life, and they're going to make that person's life a living hell and my life a living hell by being, trying to get us apart all the time, because that happened in my past relationships. My daughter like slammed the door in his face, like would talk mean to him directly to his face, like, oh, you have a big nose, and like all this stuff, like cutting him down constantly, trying to rip us apart constantly. Like, even though I would reprimand them, tell them don't do that, whatever, like it was still like, she got mad at me one time, deleted all the messages out of my phone, all the videos, everything that I had, and it was like I couldn't recover them, nothing. So I lost like all my kids' pictures, all their videos, all my stuff. It was a nightmare. So when people say like it's so easy to like be together, like, oh, just be with the person you love, like it's not that easy. It's like, especially when people have control over your life, like your family, like they can make your life a living hell, because they're not as evolved spiritually or emotionally as you are. Like they don't understand the dynamics. They don't understand like what your heart is calling you for. They don't understand that how much this person like fulfills you in every way, like makes your heart feel whole and complete, and like you're just like totally in love, and you've never felt so happy in your whole entire life, and you feel upset, like you should be supportive of me because I've been there for you, you know, and I'm so nice and giving and supportive of everybody in my family, but yet when I want something that's truly important to me, like you're not there for me. And so it creates all this like confusion, tension, like you want to feed your own soul, but then you also want to like make sure your family is happy and good, and that they're supportive of your decisions. Because then you also start doubting your own decisions. Like, okay, am I making the right choice? Like maybe they're right. Like maybe that is bad. Like maybe I am just like, yeah, you start like doubting your decision making. Like they try to make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about, and like look at all your past problems, and look at like what happened with this person and that person, and like, you know, and just like try to tear you down. And so it really like takes like a really strong sense of self and self-esteem. And the thing is like God prepared us for all of this mission and purpose that we have in this lifetime, and in order to fulfill God's purpose, he needed us to be like these super strong, like badass, like warrior, like intense, like dedicated, loyal, trustworthy, strong, super strong, just passionate, and just like all of these things. Like, so he trained us from when we were born for this role. That's what people don't understand. They don't understand about twin flames. So our society is not built in a way to accept what God wants. That's the problem. Like, that's why God sends twin flames into this world, is to teach others that these norms, these boundaries that we have on relationships and love is wrong. Like, God is the one that puts people together. God is the one that created life and created love and created us to mate with each other. Like, who is supposed to be with who, and their purpose in this life, and what they're supposed to achieve, and how they're supposed to build, and how they're supposed to make this world a better place. So God is the one who does that. It's not society. Nobody can tell anybody who to love and what to actually do on this planet, because God is the one who does that. And so God wants us to like shake up this world and like make people understand what the hell is going on here and who is in charge. God is in charge. all these people that are saying opinions about what people can do and what people can't do, and like using God as a mask in these churches and these religions and these, you know, school systems and these governments, they're trying to be God and they're not. God wants me especially to speak on this and show the world like the truth, like what is really going on. What does God really want? God told me that now is the time, that we're evolved enough as human beings. Like, God set the stage, and now is the time. Now is the time for everybody to really know what God wants of them. And me and my twin flame are like literally like these Avenger, like angels, like superhuman power, you know, power couple, powerful beings, like superheroes that are going to change this world. And this isn't like other twin flames either, because I've seen other twin flame coaches online talking about how to get twin flame unions, and I've read about it and stuff. And this is like on a whole nother level. Like, this is like the second coming of Jesus, like changing the whole world. This is, I'm like supposed to be like a triple threat in the spiritual realm, like mixing religion. I have all these abilities that are from different realms. I'm like a goddess of love. I'm an earth angel. I'm an Avenger angel. I'm a healer. I'm connected with spirits. I'm connected with alien being spirits. I'm connected with gods. So I'm in the spiritual world, the religious world, and the alien world, the cosmic world. So I'm connected with the universe. And we're supposed to change humanity, like give rise to humanity, like elevate humanity, and make world peace and heal the earth. Like, that is literally like my mission, my purpose in this lifetime. And if